tea kettle screaming, but I let it rain. 'Cause I'm waiting for the sound of your keys on the string. The clock on the mantle is just wasting its breath in a room where the quiet feels a little like death. I used to complain that you talk way too much about movies and music and people and such, but I give every dollar and every last day just to hear one hello throw this heavy weight. It's not just the absence, it's not just the space, it's the way that the air seems to remember your face. I'm walking on eggshells in my own damn home, afraid of the sound of being alone. And oh, it's the silence you left in your wake. It's the loudest thing here and it's more than I can take. It's sitting in your chair, it's sleeping in our bed, it's shouting every word that we never even said. I try to turn the radio up to drown out the night, but the static just feeds on the fading of the light. It's a heavy hollow ring and it's a cold and bitter find, just the roar of the silence you left behind. I found a half-empty bottle of your favorite wine, still sitting right there on the borderline between the person I was when you were still here and this ghost in the hallway who's paralyzed by fear. I'm listening to the walls, I'm listening to the floor, waiting for the hinges to creak on the door, but the house is just holding its breath like a stone. An audience of one in a theater of gone. They say that silence is golden, but they've got it all wrong. It's the rust on the armor, it's the end of the song. It's a predator circling, it's the weight of the sky. It's the how and the when and the where and the why. It's a vacuum that's pulling the soul from my chest, giving my heartbeat no reason to yeah, it's the silence you left in your wake. It's the loudest thing here and it's more than I can take. It's sitting in your chair, it's sleeping in our bed, it's shouting every word that we never even said. I try to turn the radio up to drown out the night, but the static just feeds on the fading of the light. It's a heavy hollow ring and it's a cold and bitter find, just the roar of the silence you left behind. I can hear my own heart and it's beating too slow. I can hear the winter beginning to snow. Do you hear that? It's the sound of the end. It's the silence of lover turning back into friend or nothing at all. Just the silence. smooth like water. I used to feel so alive back when your heartbeat was the rhythm of my night. But now the floorboards groan with every step I take, as if the wood is tired of the way I start to break. I'm carrying the silence like a pack upon my back, tracing every hairline fissure, every cardiac crack. The air in here is thickened with the words we didn't say, and it's getting harder just to push the dawn away. It's not a sudden fever, it's a slow and steady chill, a mountain that I'm climbing while I'm standing perfectly still. They say that time is healing, but time is just a stone that grows a little heavier when you're waking up alone. And oh, it's the weight of loneliness pulling at my spirit like a heavy laden dress. It's the gravity of dawn, it's the pressure in my chest, 1,000 tons of always that I haven't quite confessed. I'm sinking through the mattress, I'm falling through the floor, underneath the burden of a closing final door. I can't catch my breath, I can't find the rest, underneath the weight of loneliness. I saw your ghost at the table, just a flicker in the gloom, and the density of missing you filled every inch of room. I tried to lift the telephone to call your familiar name, but my hand felt like an anchor in a sea of guilt and shame. The pictures on the mantle are leaning to the side, buckling from the secrets that I'm forced to try and hide. I'm a map of a city that was buried in the deep, with 1,000,000 tons of memory that I'm not supposed to keep. How can nothing be so heavy? How can absence be so loud? I'm a bird with wings of iron, trying to fly above the cloud, but the gravity is winning, yeah, it's pulling me down. Because the weight of loneliness pulling at my spirit like a heavy laden dress. It's the gravity of dawn, it's the pressure in my chest, 1,000 tons of always that I haven't quite confessed. I'm sinking through the mattress, I'm falling through the floor, underneath the burden of a closing final door. I can't catch my breath, I can't find the rest, underneath the weight of loneliness. Because all the weight of loneliness is nowhere leave me there. Because all the weight of loneliness, one face in front of the other, but the ground is giving way. I'm tired of the holding, I'm tired of the stay so heavy, so heavy. Just the weight of me. Pressure's building up against the glass of my ribs, since you packed away the truth and told those beautiful fibs. I'm sitting on the sofa where the fabric's gone blue, staring at the carpet where I lost a scent of you. The air in this apartment has turned into a lake, and every move I make feels like a structural mistake. I watch the bubbles rising from the secrets in my chest, looking for a shore where this heavy heart can rest. The walls are getting blurry, the ceiling's out of reach. I'm 1,000 miles away from my favorite summer beach. I try to find the surface, I try to find the light, but the weight of never again is pulling me down tonight. And I'm trying to breathe underwater, trying to find some air, but there's nothing but the ghost of you floating everywhere. My lungs are full of memories, my heart is full of lead, trying to swallow every word that we never should have said. It's a deep, dark blue, it's a quiet, lonely sound when the love that was your anchor is the thing that makes you drown. Yeah, I'm sinking further down than I ever thought I'd go, trying to breathe underwater in the current of your nose. The phone is on the nightstand like a rusted out wreck. I can feel the cold of the ocean floor pressing on my neck. I found a photograph of us, but the ink is starting to run, turning into shadows of a life under the sun. I'm moving through the kitchen in a slow motion daze, lost inside the center of this suffocating haze. I try to open up my mouth to scream your name aloud, but the only thing that comes is a gray and salty cloud. Oh, they say the deeper that you go, the more the silence grows, till the only thing you hear is how the ending flows. I'm a shipwreck in the hallway, I'm a ghost inside the hall, waiting for the gravity to finish up the fall. I'm reaching for the oxygen, I'm reaching for a sign, but I'm just a broken sailor on a tangled safety line. Nothing but the ghost of you floating everywhere. My lungs are full of memories, my heart is full of lead, trying to swallow every word that we never should have said. It's a deep, dark blue, it's a quiet, lonely sound when the love that was your anchor is the thing that makes you drown. Yeah, I'm sinking further down than I ever thought I'd go, trying to breathe underwater in the current of your nose. Bubbles in the dark, fading in the deep. The promises you made are promises I'll keep. Down here in the quiet, down here in the blue, just me and the lack of you.
Holding someone new beneath the covers, trying to find a heat within the skin. We look the part, a perfect pair of lovers, but I can't let the light of us begin. trace the lines upon a palm in silence, searching for a map that leads to you. It's a quiet war, psychological violence, to love a ghost the way that I still do. She's perfect in the way she says my name, but the spark is cold, it's a different kind of flame. I'm acting out a life I don't believe, with a heavy heart hidden in my sleeve. Cause sometimes when I look into her eyes, I see a glimpse of us, a flicker in the skies. And I'm devastated, crushed by the memory of the way you used to look when you belonged to me. It's a desolate feeling, a hollow kind of grace, to see your reflection in a stranger's face. I'm inconsolable, shattered and blue, searching for a glimpse of us in everything I do. The conversation's easy, the laughter is real, but I'm just numb to everything I feel. I'm a grief-stricken man in a crowded room, turning every sunlight into gloom. I wonder if you're doing just the same, if you see my face when he calls your name. Are we both just shadows drifting in the dark, trying to find a fire from a dying spark? Empty and desolate, the bed is a grave of all the promises we couldn't save. I'm a liar in the morning, a coward in the night, reaching for a version of us that felt right. I'm falling apart in the space between, living in a world that I've never seen. Cause sometimes when I look into her eyes, I see a glimpse of us, a flicker in the skies. And I'm devastated, crushed by the memory of the way you used to look when you belonged to me. It's a desolate feeling, a hollow kind of grace, to see your reflection in a stranger's face. I'm inconsolable, shattered and blue, searching for a glimpse of us in everything I do. Just a ghost of what we were. I'm holding her, but I'm looking for you. I'm still looking for you. Cover's cold on the nightstand edge, just like the promises on your bread. I'm still sleeping on my side of the bed, to leave room for a ghost I haven't buried yet. Trace the dust where your picture stood, a frame of light on a darkened wall. I'd stop the bleeding if I only could, but I'm just waiting for the rain to fall. The silence is a heavy sound, it's the only thing you left behind. I'm searching for what can't be found in the wreckage of
a tangled mind, and now it's just whispers of why. Carried away on a hollow goodbye. I'm reaching for hands that aren't holding mine, counting the tears like the markers of time. You're a song that I can't seem to unsing, the ache in the heart of everything, left with the echo, the hurt in the light, and these bitter whispers of why. I saw your car at the light today, and for a second I forgot to breathe. I had 1,000 things I wanted to say before I remembered you chose to leave. The keys are still hanging by the door, like they're waiting for a hand that's gone. I don't know who I am anymore in the gray space between the dusk and dawn. Was I a chapter or just a page, a temporary shelter from the cold? Now I'm a bird in an open cage, too afraid to fly, too broken. Just whispers of why, carried away on a hollow goodbye. I'm reaching for hands that aren't holding mine, counting the tears like the markers of time. You're a song that I can't seem to unsing, the ache in the heart of everything, left with the echo, the hurt and the lie, and these bitter whispers of why. The candles burned out long ago. The room is dark, the shadows grow. I'm asking the wind, but it doesn't know why you stay, just to let me go. Just whispers of why. Just whispers of why. I'm staring at the grease stains on the kitchen wall, counting all the ways I let the empire fall. I used to be a mountain, I used to be a king. Now I'm just a rust on a forgotten wedding ring. The shadows in the corner are the only friends I keep. They don't ask for nothing when I'm crying in my sleep. I look into the mirror and I don't know who I see, just a ghost of the person that I promised you I'd be. The engine stalled out on a road to nowhere fast. I'm burning all the future just to try and warm the past. I'm a house with no foundation, I'm a ship without a sail, just a long shot story that was always meant to fail. And you're looking at the wreckage of a man built from broken promises and a desperate shaking hand. I'm the smoke after the fire, I'm the debris on the shore, the kind of broken pride that can't be mended anymore. Every brick I laid for us has crumbled into sand. I'm just the hollowed out wreckage of a man. I found your old keychain in the pocket of my coat. It felt like a lead weight or a hand around my throat. I tried to call your number just to hear the line ring, but I'm terrified of silence and the winter it would bring. I'm walking through the ruins of a life we used to lead, tripping over memories that I didn't think I'd need. I'm a shell of a soldier who forgot what he was for, left behind to wander on a long forgotten war. Go on and sweep me up, go on and throw me out. I'm the never in the maybe, I'm the certain in the doubt. I'm a landslide of a human, I'm a catastrophe of grace, and you can't find a savior in this God-forsaken place. No, you can't say what's already because you're looking at the wreckage of a man built from broken promises and a desperate shaking hand. I'm the smoke after the fire, I'm the debris on the shore, the kind of broken pride that can't be mended anymore. Every brick I laid for us has crumbled into sand. I'm just the hollowed out wreckage of a man, just some twisted metal, just some shattered glass, waiting for the seasons and the mercy to pass. I'm a wreck, yeah, I'm a wreck, just a man left in the dirt. The sun still hits the floorboards by the door in the exact same spot it did the day before. But the light feels colder, like it's filtered through ice, and the silence in the kitchen has a heavy price. I haven't moved the chair where you used to sit, I just stare at the space and try to inhabit it. But there's a leak in the ceiling of my hollow chest, and the ghost of your laughter won't let me rest. This is the architecture of an empty room, a blueprint of shadows, a well-furnished tomb. I'm measuring the distance from the door to the bed, between the life that we lived and the ghost in my head. Every pillar is broken, every window is black. I'm living in a structure that won't take you back. Yeah, I'm crushed by the weight of the space you consume, in the cold architecture of an empty room.
by the weight of the space you consume. In the cold architecture of an empty room, I tear down the rafters, I burn down the frame, just to hear the echo stop whispering your name. But I'm trapped in the blueprint, I'm locked in the floor, searching for a heartbeat behind a deadlocked door. God, I'm inconsolable. I'm just desolate. Of an empty room, I still sleep on the edge, on the left-hand side, leaving space for the secrets that we used to hide. The sheets are still tucked in, tight and cold, like a story that ended before it was told. I reach out my hand in the dead of the night, expecting to find you or a sliver of light, but I only find shadows in a hollowed out space, the terrifying stillness of a missing face. The laundry is done, but I left one shirt back, the one that you wore when the sky started to crack. It still holds your shape, it still holds the scent of a life that we borrowed and a love that was spent. And I'm haunted by the ghost of your side of the bed, by the echoes of darling and the words that done said. It's a kingdom of cotton where the silence is king, and I'm clutching the ghost of a gold-plated ring. I try to move over, but I'm frozen in place, staring at the dead in the pillowcase. So the memories away that I can't seem to share, standing guard for the ghost of your side of the bed. The dust starts to settle on your nightstand drawer, like a layer of frost on a winter-bound floor. Your favorite book has a crease on page 10, where you stopped mid-sentence and didn't start again. I watch the red light of the alarm clock blink, counting the seconds as I start to sink. The blankets are heavy, but they don't keep me warm when I'm sleeping in the eye of a quiet storm. They say time is a healer, it'll fill in the gap, but I'm just a traveler without any map. I'm terrified to wash the smell from the air, 'cause if I can't smell you, then you were never there. I'm keeping the vacuum away from the rug, where the fibers still hold the last ghost of your hug. just wait for the dawn, trying to ignore the fact that you're gone. Good night to the silence, good night to the blue, good night to the ghost that looks just like you.
The suitcases are gone, but the air is still full of the gravity of you and the way you pull. I watched your taillights vanish in the 2025 rain. The door is still humming with the echo of your name. They say the end is a moment, a snap of a thread, but it's a slow motion on and in the back of my head. I'm still saying we when I'm talking to the wall, still waiting for a shadow to walk down the hall. It's been months since you left, or maybe it's years. The calendar's blurry from the salt to the tears. I'm stuck in the doorway of a house made of glass, watching the seasons and the memories pass. And it's the longest goodbye I've ever had to say. It's 1,000 little endings every single day. I'm letting go of fingers that already let go. I'm watching the fire turn to ash and to snow. It's not a sudden winter, it's a permanent frost, a slow motion counting of everything lost. I'm still standing here while the world passes by, trapped in the rhythm of the longest goodbye. I found your spare key in the back of a drawer, and I died a little more than I died once before. It's a funeral for two that never quite ends, a fracture in the soul that never quite ends. I'll see you in the strangers on the morning commute. I'm a tree with no leaves and a bitter black fruit. I'm saying farewell to the ghost of your smile, walking a lonely and infinite mile. When does the gone become gone for good? When does the heart start to do what it should? I'm waving at a ship that's over the horizon, while the sun in my chest is no longer rising. It's never over, no, it's never over. Goodbye to the light, goodbye to the person I was. Holy, I'm still saying it, I'm still saying it, goodbye. sitting in the kitchen, watching the clock, listen to the heartbeat of a heavy tick-tock. I used to complain that you talk too much. Now I'm starving for a sound, I'm starving for a touch. The humming of the fridge is the only song I know. Since you packed your bags and said you had to go, the air is like water, I'm trying to swim, but the light in this house is getting so dim. I try to hum a melody to fill up the space, but I forget the words when I look at your place. On the sofa in the hall, by the window in the light, everything is screaming in the middle of the night, and the silence is heavy, it's weighing me down like a light and cold or rusted crown. It's a thundering quiet, a deafening void, the sound of a life that we went and destroyed. I'm screaming inside, but there's no one to hear, just a ghost of your voice and the sort of a tear. It's a physical weight that I'm forced to carry. Oh, this silence is heavy, and it's getting scary. I dropped a glass on the towel today, and I let the pieces just lie where they lay, because the sound of the shadow felt like a friend, a momentary break in the never end. I walk through the rooms like a thief in the night, afraid to make a noise, afraid to strike a light, because if I stay quiet I can almost pretend that you're just in the next room around the bed. Give me a shout, give me a sigh, give me a damn you. Oh, why did we try? Give me a slamming door, give me a fight, anything but this nothingness tonight. The nothingness is killing me, just to hear my own heart. It's the only sound left since we fell apart.